Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the first set of SODO Chronicle figures for Kamen Rider Kuuga. Very excited to take a look at these. I've actually been watching Kuuga from Shout and I'm loving it so far. So very excited to finally take a look at these figures. I know I'm a little behind. These came out quite a bit ago. But I just have a giant stack of backlog stuff, so finally getting to these. As you can see, it's 5 unique boxes. This is the body that's used for all of the forms, and then of course you have Mighty Form, Dragon Form, Pegasus Form, and Titan Form. So they do give you enough bodies that you can build all 4 at the same time. You don't have to pick and choose or anything like that. I just didn't see the point in showing you the same box 4 times. It doesn't really make any sense. But it does show you, of course, Mighty Form on the front and then the other 3 over on the side, just to kind of show you that the same body will be used for all 4. And here's what you get in the box. Bunch of extra hands and then the actual body itself. And you can make all 4. So, like I said, I'm really excited for these. Very, very excited to get these put together and take a look. Here is Mighty Form. You can see all the armor and everything you get there. Of course, he comes with the thumbs up hand. I love that. Then you have Dragon Form. Very nice. He actually does come with the rod, like the proper rod, but then the steel rod that he transforms into the actual rod. I think that's fantastic. Excellent attention to detail there. So here's Pegasus Form. Does he come with a normal revolver? Yeah, he does. Perfect. And then, of course, he should theoretically come with the handle to his bike, which he does. Well done. That is some excellent attention to detail. Like I said, I'm super psyched for these. Very, very psyched. And I cannot wait to put these together. And then we can take a look at all of them. So I am going to go ahead and get these all put together and stickered up. And then we'll take a closer look. So here are the 4 figures fully assembled and all stickered up. I think they look fantastic. We have the 4 forms of Mighty Form, Dragon Form, Pegasus Form, and Titan Form. And I'll be honest with you guys, I did not know the official names of these forms before I started putting these figures together. I'm watching the show right now. It's the first time I've ever seen it on Shot Factory. And he doesn't really refer to these forms by name. He mostly just refers to them by color. So I didn't really know. I mean, I assumed they had names because it would make sense. And I think one of the episodes was called like Azure Dragon or something like that. So it was kind of alluding to it. But yeah, it's weird. On the show, he doesn't really shout them out by name. But if we go ahead, we'll start with Mighty Form over here, and I'll take these off the stand. One thing I want to point out real quick is they come with a ton of hands. Like, the amount of hands is ridiculous. So you have closed fists without a hole to hold an accessory. You have a closed fist with a hole to hold an accessory. You have, like, 2 sets of open hands, and I don't really know what the difference is. Like, the fingers are splayed out a little bit more so than the other one. So you have a crazy amount. Like, I think the base body comes with, I want to say, like 2 or 3 sets of hands, and then I think the individual forms have their own hands. So you, of course, have a thumbs up hand, because of course you have to. So Mighty Form comes with a thumbs up hand. Otherwise, you just, like I said, all the different kinds of fists and the open hands. So I just wanted to get them out of the way. I'm going to move all this over to the side. Unfortunately, you can really only hold 4 here in the base. You can try to peg them in on the side, but I find it doesn't really work that well. These holes are always kind of like different sizes, and it seems like nothing really fits in any of them. But of course, the stand has a ball joint and then has a hinge up here. Standard new bases, you can hook them together with these little clips on the side, if you would like, kind of like a honeycomb effect, which looks pretty neat. But putting that aside, these figures look really, really nice. They did a great job, and there's a lot of paint, which I really appreciate. So real quick rundown. Gold on the knees and, I guess, anklets. Gold is paint. The little red sticker there and the 2 little red dots on either side are stickers. When you come to the waist, pretty much the whole belt is stickered. So these pieces on the back, the circle here, these pieces around the driver itself, then, of course, the driver itself. And then everything on the torso is pretty much paint, with the exception, if you get real close in here, this is a slightly lighter color red on this very bottom trim, and that's 2 stickers, one on the back and one on the front. Otherwise, all of this gold is all paint. The head is all beautifully painted. Look at that. That's really, really nice. So articulation for these guys is a little bit different than you'd expect. So where the like neck meets the base of the head is just a hinge, and then kind of where the neck is like plugged into the chest is where there's a ball joint. So that moves around kind of like inside the chest, and you can rock forward and back, side to side, but then there's just a hinge where the kind of base of the skull hits the neck. So that's kind of interesting. That's definitely different than usual SODO. Usually it's just one ball joint at the base of the neck and that's it. But they wanted to give you that kind of little bit of extra articulation, which I appreciate. So really, really sharp. The red looks beautiful. The only other thing that I complain about, you can see there's kind of little tiny dots on the forearm pieces, and that's because where they were connected into the sprue. So there's, they kind of painted them after they're on the sprue, and there's not really much you can do about it. I guess if you had maybe like a little Sharpie or something, you could maybe just kind of zip those just to fill in those little spots. That's my only complaint, really. Otherwise, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Other articulation, pretty standard for SODO. You have a hinge, you have a rotation there, you have a bicep swivel, pretty much like a weird 180 in the elbow there. Of course, the wrists you can pop out so they swivel all around, no problems there. You have a swivel here in the waist because that just unpegs, nothing special there. Ball joint in the hip, then of course thigh swivel. Little over 90 degrees in the knee, and then of course a ball joint in the ankle. But the other thing that's cool is for Mighty Form, he's got the soles, extra pieces to clip in because he does the rider kicks. So those clip in to the bottom of his feet. So he's got a little bit taller, I guess. It's like he's got lifts in his shoes. These guys don't have that. I think they only gave it to Mighty Form because obviously he's the one that does the rider kick, so it makes more sense to give it to him. All the other guys have weapons that they use. But I like that. It looks really nice. Very, very cool. So putting him off to the side. Next up, we have Dragon Form. And full disclosure, if you haven't noticed it already, I did mess up the stickers on the staff. You can see the gold stripe is supposed to go all the way down. Basically, this whole piece is made out of gold. And then you have to put all the stickers on yourself to make it blue. So when I first got this out of the box, I didn't realize that there's like super tiny little grooves. And then you put the sticker in between the grooves, so that way the groove is the gold line that goes across. And so I did these two first, and then I did the rest of it, and I tried to go back and see if I could maybe pull these off, but not a chance. So I just kind of have to live with it. If I really care, one day I can buy an extra set of armor and just pull the staff out. But it still looks really good. So you can see you have, let me see if I can get this to focus at all. Probably doesn't want to. There we go. So you can see there's a blue sticker on the end of each end of the ball right here. Then you have the blue all the way down, except for where I messed it up. These should be rotated 90 degrees so that the gold line goes all the way down. But either way, it still looks good as far as the blue stickers make it look really sharp with the gold. And then again, you have two more on the ball down here. But taking a look at Dragon Form itself, again, really sharp. And this time, where the blue around the edge is a little bit lighter, that's all paint. There's no sticker there. I'm trying to think. This guy, I think, has some of the least amount of stickers in the box, with the exception, see, because all the stickers go on the staff. But if you don't count the staff, if you just look at, the form of Kuuga itself, he's got the little balls on the ankles. He's got the two knee pads, and then he's got the driver. And that's it. The driver all the way around, the belt and everything. But again, all the forearms across all these are all painted. The chest's all painted. The head, purely paint. And again, he's got the hinge and then the side to side with the ball joint in the chest. But yeah, I would say probably at least 50% of the stickers for this guy are on this staff. Put this back in the hand. So he does have two, completely, he's got hands like this so that it can fit the staff. But I kind of went for, on the box, they show one of those and then one a little bit more open. And I think that does work better. If you try to put them both in the hard, U-shaped hand, it doesn't fit super great. But you can see the other one is down here. If you can see it right there. And then we've got, again, some open, like, fists that can hold weapons, and then, like, another open hand. So he's got 6 set of hands. Well, 6 hands, 3 sets, I should say. He's one that doesn't actually have an extra set of hands. Well, actually, I was thinking the hands come with the body, but some hands come with the body and some hands come with the form. I can't remember which are which. Obviously, the U-shaped hands, what I call the hands like this, they came with the dragon form, so you could hold the staff. But yeah, he looks absolutely beautiful. The blue is really beautiful with the gold. I think those colors look great. Speaking of beautiful colors, let's come over here to Pegasus. So he does come with the regular gun, which I think is perfect. One of the detectives will give him the gun, and then he transforms it into this, which is really cool. So this is the kind of like closed version of the gun. When he pulls this back, you know, it closes, and then when he lets it loose, it flies open. I messed up the sticker a little bit on this side, but it's not too bad. This is a really soft plastic back here. And this is just a piece like this that just unplugs. But it's really, really soft. It's a really soft plastic. But it's just one big sticker for each side. And then we have the smaller version of the gun. And I say smaller because it's not as long, because obviously that piece has gone back in, and then this is open. So I think it's nice to give you both versions of the gun. I think that's pretty cool. And I did the sticker on this one a lot better. But again, it's just one big sticker per side, but it looks pretty good. I like it. So really beautiful green. And you have some really nice light green trim. And it's kind of metallic looking. Really, really nice. And then he's actually got a different bicep piece. And you can see here how this is like the way the biceps work. And now I'm going to break the shoulder pad off. The way the biceps work, you have to like unpeg the other piece, and they give you a new bicep piece. So you have to take the arm off, connect it to the new bicep piece, and then plug that in so he can get this little cuff. And I'm going to go ahead and put this shoulder pad back on. He's only got one shoulder pad. But I think that's neat. I think it's really nice attention to detail. So you'll end up with an extra like normal top of his bicep piece here. But it looks really, really good. Again, beautiful paint around the eyes and the crest, the whole head really. Torso looks great. Forearms. So again, the belt, driver all the way around, kneecaps, and then the little jewels on his anklets. You're starting to see a pattern here. They're all pretty consistent as far as what stickers are going to be needed. It's usually the weapons, and then from the waist down. Everything up here is painted, and they all look fantastic. I'm really blown away. For extra hands for this guy, he's got some open hand options down here. And then he's got some fists that can hold a weapon. I think Mighty Form is the only one that comes with actual like closed fists that don't have the hole for pegs to hold weapons. But again, I mean, everyone, if you're sensing a theme that every one of these is beautiful, you're right. And that's absolutely the case. They did such a nice job with these. So last but not least, Titan Form. Looking very sharp. Now he does have the handle of the motorcycle, which is what he transforms into the sword. And you can see there are a lot of stickers on this. So this is one big sticker on each side. A jewel sticker on each side. And then this is like the most craziest sticker. So this is this little piece. Now how this works is you peg the sword into the top. You peg the hilt into the bottom. This is one small plastic piece with a sticker on both sides. One sticker for each side. And then it kind of wraps around. So when you're done, you can take this out. And you can see just how tiny it is. And that's 2 stickers. I didn't do the best job, but it's hard because they're so small. It's such a small little piece. It looks good when you're done. Absolutely, but it's very difficult. Oh, I always forgot to mention, every one of these hands has a little sticker on the back of the hand. So every time you open up one of these boxes and there's like 15 hands inside, yeah, you're putting a sticker on the back of every one of those hands. So just get ready for that. But again, pretty much from the waist down, the anklet jewels, the little jewels on the kneecaps, the driver. Now, again, full disclosure, I accidentally put the sticker on this driver upside down, and you might say to me, well, why don't you just spin it around? You actually can't, because I don't know if I can actually take one of these off. Yeah, I'm not going to, because that's going to mess up the sticker. Inside, there's a peg in the center, and then there's a smaller peg on one side. So it kind of keeps it from spinning around, like it puts it in place nicely. So I can't flip it because there's a second peg hole on the side and it wouldn't go in. So unfortunately, I mean, you can't tell super noticeable like just looking at it, but up top here, there are a few stickers. This right here around the collar, this kind of Y shape here is one sticker. And then around the back on the shoulder pad. So they paint the front, but not the back. So from here down, that's one sticker. You can actually kind of see if I zoom in. Hopefully you can see. This front half is painted. This second half is a sticker. You can tell because the like runes, or I guess it's that Grongi language. I'm not really sure. It's darker on the sticker than it is like the paint. They're engraved, but then it's just metallic purple paint over top. The sticker actually has them in black. And then along the back here, this is a sticker on the back. So basically the whole back, even up top here as well, around the collar and this kind of secondary swoop. So to summarize, the whole top collar on both sides, and then pretty much the back of everything is a sticker. But the front is fully painted. And again, the head looking very sharp. Love the metallic purple. Really, really nice. Sword looks great. Again, love the inclusion of this little accessory. I'm blown away. I can't stress enough how great all four of these are. Oh, real quick, the hands. He's got two sets of hands that can hold a peg. You'll notice these are kind of like angled down. I guess maybe that's easier for him to hold the sword or something like that. So you kind of have a normal fist, and then you have this kind of like downward sloped fist. So you have two sets of open hand fists, and then you have a set of open-handed, like completely open-handed hands. I call them open-handed fists because they can hold a weapon. I know that sounds dumb, but what are you going to do? So, yeah, again, just blown away. I mean, this is a beautiful set. If you have means to pick this set up, I highly recommend it. If you've never seen Kuuga, I definitely recommend that as well. It's on Tubi and Shout Factory, Tokushoutsu TV, which is, I guess, Pluto TV, wherever. It's out there. You can watch it for free. Check it out. It's a great show, and these forms are fantastic. Now we're going to get the Shining forms, I think, as Premium Bandai pretty soon. Looking forward to those. Those are basically these forms, but with like extra gold trim. The one that I think is the most different is Titan, because he's mostly silver with purple accents, and then he turns to like all purple with gold accents, which I think looks really cool. Otherwise, the rest of these guys look pretty much similar, but with more gold accents, more gold trim. But that's a Premium Bandai set. Isn't there something else for Kuuga? Oh yeah, there's another retail release coming with the like white protoform. I don't know what you want to call it. Like his not fully powered up form, like when he first started out, and also if he loses energy, he kind of reverts to the white form. That's going to be in there. And then I think Amazing Mighty. And then there's another one that I'm not familiar with because I haven't gotten that far in the show yet. But yeah, I mean, honestly, SODO Chronicle is crushing it with Kuuga, and I absolutely love them. All four of these are beautiful. There's a great amount of paint, which I greatly appreciate. The stickers, not that bad at all. I would say the most of the stickering you're going to do is on the weapons. And then obviously the driver, I would say, is probably second. And then you just have a couple of little accents for the kneecaps and the anklets. So really not much. Really not bad at all. I think I did most of these in a night. I think I threw on some TV and I did like 2 or 3 of them like in an hour or something like that. Really didn't take that long at all. Yeah, I love them. I can't recommend the set enough. So I definitely recommend picking these up if you can. They were normal retail, so they shouldn't be too hard to track down. I don't know if I got mine from HLJ. I don't know if they still have them or not. Maybe like Mandarake might be your best bet at this point. I would say Amazon Japan, but a lot of times because they have candy in them, because they're candy toys, DHL won't ship them. It's kind of stupid, but in any case, I think probably your best bet is something like Mandarake at this point, or try Ami Ami or HLJ if they still have them in stock. I'm not sure, but highly recommend this set. Even if you've never seen Kuuga, they're just four beautiful forms. And like I said, definitely watch Kuuga if you haven't. But if you've seen Kuuga and you're a fan like me, you're definitely going to want to pick these up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.